So on one hand we have,
Oh my god, stop bro, I'm stuck.
and on the other hand we have him wanting to get out of LA. There's a lot of women out there, man, not just in LA. You could leave if you want to. It has been a year since Abel, more known as The Weeknd, persona that represents everything that is self-destructive and toxic, has released his album, which is called After Hours. I've only listened to his song Blinding Lights in the album, which I feel like I didn't really have much choice to begin with whether to listen to it or not, since it's always the music and the radio as well as on shopping malls here. And it was pretty hard not to listen to it, not gonna lie. And then the Grammy Awards happened, and a lot of people on Twitter were very furious about it for it not being an award, or at least being nominated for a category or two. So that got me curious to check out the album and see if it'll live up to the hype, and you guys are gonna check it out with me. Hello everyone!
Welcome.
And if you're new here, my name is...
I have crippling depression.
And today we're going to react to The Weeknd's most recent album, which is called After Hours. But first of all, huge thanks to this guy right here for suggesting this album for me to react to. Oh, you big time. So with the album title being called After Hours, we're probably gonna see some themes here about the nightlife or something like that. So we're probably gonna hear some spacey elements to like his songs, which in my opinion is very common when it comes to his songs. And based on my listen to Blinding Lights, I feel like there's gonna be lots of synths in this album overall as well. And looking at the album cover here, this background looks like a blurred out version of Las Vegas. And you know what they say in Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Is that also called the City of Sin? I mean, I'm not really too sure myself. And after some time has passed, there's already a deluxe version of this album as well. So there's gonna be 3 more tracks added to this entire thing. So if time allows it, I'm also gonna listen to those as well. And yeah, I mean, overall, I have no idea what to expect here. I mean, I'm only just having general assumptions on what this album's gonna sound like based on the previous songs that I've listened from him. But before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And if you guys would like me to react to anything else, such as songs, music albums, music videos, just feel free to comment it down below as well, and I'll try to do it for you. And yeah, without any further ado, let's go listen to it. First up, we got Alone Again. Damn. 2001s? Damn, it's gonna be hard to pick up after. I feel like it's a nice introduction to like his life, or like his character's life, like the after hours on Las Vegas, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I feel like we're gonna follow Abel, or Abel's character, or Abel. I'm not really too sure how to pronounce his name. So for the first half of this track, it was just entirely carried by The Weeknd's vocals, which is still too good, just too good. And yeah, as it progresses into the second half of the track, the instrumental of the song was more apparent. You can hear the hi-hats and the percussion, all of that stuff when it comes to the second half. And yeah, his vocals become more distorted, kind of like it blends into the beat of the track. So it's probably symbolizing like him being blended into like the nightlife on Las Vegas or something. I mean, he's probably faded is what he's trying to say. And about the line, "I took too much, I don't want to die." I mean, is he talking about the good stuff, like the nice little intro song? Let's go listen to the next one. So next up, Too Late. I mean, is it really though? I mean, if you ask anyone, I mean, I feel like the most natural response when you've done something wrong to another person is that you'll try to right that wrong in like any possible way that you can. But in here, he's just giving up. Like, even try to redeem myself, it's just nah. Like, yeah, just too late. But is it really though? Well, at least he's honest. We gotta give him that at least. And yeah, I personally believe that it's never too late to redeem yourself or something like that. I mean, even though you can't right that wrong that you did to another person, I mean, you could at least change yourself so you can't do that particular wrong to any other person again. And yeah, he's just like,
yeah, too late. Can't save our soul, man.
Yeah, you're not fooling anybody. But yeah, that's just me. I mean, it's all about him being too late to save his soul, which I can respect one way or another. Yeah, not really, stay away from me. And even though what he says here is completely against my values and like my beliefs as a human being, I can't deny it, the song sounds too damn good. And yeah, he knows he has a good voice and he knows how to use it. But as for the first part of the song, like the instrumental, I'm not really feeling it too much. I feel like it's way too poppy. But yeah, I mean, as for the vocals, consistently good so far, going 2 for 2 with it. And the only thing that's going for him is his honesty, honestly. And yeah, he just wants to have this physical connection with this girl. Nothing too serious, just physical. Again, goes totally against my beliefs. And if this person exists, you won't probably find me hanging out with this person either. Now next up is called Hardest to Love. Come on man, you gotta fix yourself. What are you doing? I mean, admitting it is the first part when it comes to solving that problem, but you gotta follow through on the problem. What are you doing? Even though his character is toxic, it just sounds too damn good. Jesus Christ. Is it just me or like the beats just sounds too offbeat? It sounds like it's glitching or something. Is that intentional? Probably is. So this song is basically about him being a bad boyfriend. I mean, at first it does sound like it's off sync, like it's glitching or something at the first half of this song. But as the song progresses, it's kind of corrected, so it became much more pleasant to listen to further on. And yeah, I don't know if this song is like an apology song or something like that. I feel like it's just standing there emotionally, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just waiting on like what his partner's gonna do. Like she's gonna break up with him or just keeps putting up with him. And he's just doing his own thing, which is basically just hurting this girl. Like why you do that, man? And he knows that it is hard to love, so why not fix yourself? Like what the hell is wrong with you? And yeah, I have lots of friends who have been in lots of toxic relationships in the past, and yeah, it just breaks my heart when I see them in those situations. And as for me, I'm trying to do my best to do right by my girlfriend, and I'm trying my best to not entirely relate to this song because this is way too harmful, like holy shit. And yeah, good for the girl if she's gonna break up with him. I mean, if your partner's not willing to meet you halfway on the relationship, you're better off alone or with someone else. And yeah, aside from that, I totally hate this guy's guts. Why would you waste someone who genuinely loves you? I mean, who does that? So next up, we got Scared to Live. Gonna go listen to it.
When I saw the signs, I should have let you go, but I kept you beside me.
I know a lot of people have already said this about him, but he does sound like Michael Jackson. Like you could see like hints here and there, but yeah, just sounds like MJ. So in this track, we could see a tiny bit of character development for Abel's character. And yeah, I mean, if you've done everything that you can to like fix the relationship or like your connection with that other person in that relationship, the second best thing that you could do is to let them go, honestly. And he does admit that he hurts the other person in the relationship and hoping that she finds someone better. I mean, this guy, this is him. I mean, everything above this is better, trust me. And as for this character, I feel like that's a pretty good step in the right direction, honestly. And if he continues this path, he's gonna be able to develop a more better version of himself. So here's hoping. So this song is more up to my speed, a bit slow, like a ballad or something. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I really like the tempo of this song. And as for the beat of this track, it's not something that really piqued my interest. I mean, it's nice, but it's not really that memorable, for lack of a better term. And the lyrics were kind of repetitive as well. But I feel like that's the appeal of pop songs. It's much easier to memorize songs that way. And next up, we got Snowchild.
When I was 16, if I didn't make it, then I'd probably make my wrist bleed.
Oof.
I was singing notes while my niggas play with 6 keys.
Singing notes. Played with 6 keys.
Clouds in the new spaceship. Futuristic sex, give a Philip K. dick.
This ain't it, Chief!
You know that feeling when like you finish like the main quests of the game and there's nothing else to do but to do the side quests, but then you've also finished those side quests, so now you're there playing the game like, so what next? So it's kind of like that for him, but instead of games, it's his life. And he feels like he's done already that he can't accomplish in his music career. Again, the beat was kind of basic, it's just carried out entirely by The Weeknd's vocals in my opinion. And even though the overall vibe of the song was vibrant, And even though the overall song is vibrant, I feel like it's kind of hollow, like there's nothing in it. It's just lifeless, like it's just meaningless. He feels like he's done everything that he can in his life, so like there's nothing else to do. There's nothing to gain, just a lot to lose, in my opinion. And yeah, so he wants to leave into the night, whatever that means. I don't know if just him going to Las Vegas or he wants to, like, I don't know. So next up, we got Escape from LA. Let's go listen to it. This one kind of sounds R&B-ish. Not really too sure though. Cold-hearted, but her throat too fire. Let me get one of those.
She got chrome hearts hanging from her neck, and them shits going wild.
This guy really gave us a verse about sex, huh? So on one hand we have,
Oh my god, stop, bro, I'm stuck.
and on the other hand we have him wanting to get out of LA. There's a lot of women out there, man. Not just in LA. You could leave if you want to. So it kind of like demystifying what LA really is. So even though it seems shiny and bright on the outside, to him it's just straight up toxic. I feel like it kind of destroys him from like his soul to like his physical health. I mean look at him, he's bleeding. So the entire premise of this song is that he wants to live and leave LA. I mean, even though he does want to get out of there, I feel like deep down he's pretty addicted when it comes to the lifestyle that he has on LA. And yeah, that's another dilemma that I'm grateful for not having. So next up we got Heartless.
I've been dodging death in the 6-speed. Amphetamine got my stomach feeling sickly. Said I'm heartless, so much pussy be falling out the pocket.
I mean, are you sure you don't have anything else for that verse? I mean, it's not like it's this literal thing where you like just hand it out to people like, here you go, here's some pussy. So in the bridge section of the song, I don't know if he's talking to his girl in his relationship or if he's talking to God. And he knows that he's wrong for like what he's doing, but he's just having a relapse. This song, Heartless, I really like this one in particular. I really like the beat, it's so lively and like, this goes to this full-on villain mode in my opinion. I feel like the message of the song was just deliberately turned bad, just so that you could see how opposite that you have to be to have a good life. Like, you see these lyrics, don't do any of these things, and you'll be set straight. He knows that he's heartless and is just living up to it now. I'm really hoping that Abel is not really like this in real life. Now next up we got Faith by The Weeknd, which is something that the character in this album desperately needs in my opinion. What I'm about to say is probably gonna disagree with a lot of people's beliefs. I'm pretty sure that there are some people out there who says that, oh, God has left me, I'm here with a drug addiction. God didn't shove those pills into your mouth, man. You did. And if there's something that I've learned along the way is that the most crucial help that you're gonna get is the help that you get from yourself. I mean, God won't be able to help you if you won't let him help you. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know, this entire album just grinds me. I don't know if that's like the intentional message of this entire album, but I really hope that Abel doesn't really live like this. Now next up we got Blinding Lights. I've already listened to this for like a couple hundred times now. Who cares? Gonna go listen to it some more. Jesus Christ, you good? Wanna go to the hospital? Now don't get me wrong, I really feel like this song is way too overplayed past this point already, but it still sounds amazing, not gonna lie. I don't know if he's talking to a girl in this song, but I have this creeping suspicion that this is just one big metaphor about him and his drug use. Just him getting addicted to drugs and just getting high, basically. So 10 songs in this album, I feel like the recurring theme of this entire thing is basically his toxic relationship with this girl, drug use and like his addiction to it, as well as the meaningless sex that he's having. And yeah, personally I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. So in this particular song, there's like a strong hint of like this retro vibe on it. Even though it has this old sound, it still feels new at the same time. Probably because it has his own personal touch to the track as well. The song sounds great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's way too juxtaposed by the horrible overall message of the track. So I do like how it sounds, but what it's trying to say, nah, I don't like it. Now next up we have Save Your Tears by The Weeknd. Man, how are you gonna hurt your girlfriend this time?
A single teardrop falling from your eye. I'll make you cry when I run away.
Man, have you tried talking it out with your girlfriend? Heard it works. I don't know, it's kind of like having this push and pull situation with this girl in his relationship. I feel like it's just time for these two to just break up, and he's just trying to like prolong the inevitable. He's saying on one line that he's trying to make this girl cry when he runs away, but at the same time he's trying to like keep the girl in this relationship. Just make your mind already.
Tonight, and now you won't love me for a second time.
Ah yes. Classic victim mentality. Now there's like basically two ways that a person can handle this. The other one is like,
Oh, I need to fix him. He's just so hurt deep inside that I gotta save him from himself somehow.
and the other one is like,
Nah, man. Fix yourself before you talk to me. I don't have time to deal with your bullshit.
and this is my piece of relationship advice. Take it or leave it. It's like if you're in a relationship and they're not willing to help themselves, your chances of helping them are probably gonna be low. Just don't be a hero. You're just gonna end up hurting yourself in the process.
I'll make you cry when I run away.
And as far as the song goes sonically, the instrumental of it's just pretty stable. It's just pretty consistent. There were no switch ups for the most part. And the tune that he was using to sing didn't really change that much either, which basically leaves us to the lyrics that he's trying to say, since it's the only thing that's being fresh and new to listen to. And boy oh boy do the lyrics hurt me. I mean, the way that The Weeknd handles this relationship as well as this girl is not very healthy in my opinion. There's too much like passive aggressiveness that's like going on. Even though it kind of sounds like he's trying to win the girl back in this song, if you just listen to it like without the lyrics, it does sound like he's trying to win the girl back in the relationship. But in my opinion, if you're going to like listen to the lyrics, it's not really doing that much. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This ain't it, Chief!
Now next up, we have this interlude which is called Repeat After Me. How manipulative can you get? So I feel like the girl's trying to break away from The Weeknd in this relationship, but she's not doing it in the healthiest of ways either. And now The Weeknd knows that and is trying to take advantage of that. And I give up in this relationship. But on the other hand though, like, is it cheating if he doesn't count it as one? I don't know man, at this point the lyrics were getting pretty repetitive. Although that is like the intention here. I mean, the title is called Repeat After Me. Now I have no idea what The Weeknd's thinking here, writing all of these songs in like the most toxic of angles when it comes to the songwriting process. And unfortunately, I feel like there are some people out there who are in this type of relationship. Man, I feel like I'm fighting The Weeknd here on like every song that he makes in this album.
But up on the start, in my dream again. Just my thought to you.
If you're gonna apologize to your woman, make sure you don't mention other girls. That's not really a good way to go.
I gave it all just to hold you close. Sorry that
So in this song, basically it's just saying, sorry, I want you back, please love me. I mean, if I was this dude's girlfriend, I'm probably gonna be putting some guards up just in case again. Because it just keeps saying sorry, then he keeps ending up doing the same thing. I mean, this is just some straight up toxic behavior right here. I mean, how many times have I said toxic at this point? I mean, if you want to have this special connection with someone, you gotta try at least to fix yourself first to some degree. Like, get yourself cleaned up and sobered from like all the drugs and like be faithful, god damn it. Now for the last song, we have Until I Bleed Out. And yeah, just go listen to it. Yeah, this dude really needs some help. So it's basically just the same thing here again. He's like, oh, I don't want this thing. Now as for this last song, it kind of ends on this hopeful note that maybe he is gonna try to break out from this lifestyle one day. Just take some solitude. Like, break up with your girl. I mean, at this point, you're gonna end up saving herself more that way instead of just hurting her over and over again. It's gonna do her a favor too. And yeah, and as far as the music goes, again, it's just spacey, pretty simple instrumentals, nothing much going on in there. Although it did kind of raise the energy at the end parts there, which I feel like is also a reflection of like what's happening here in this album. I mean, he's trying to break free from this cycle, but just ends up having this relapse again, which I feel like at some point the girl in the relationship had this obligation to like help this person from keeping on hurting himself. and we all know how that went. So that was the Weeknd's After Hours album, and even though I wanted to listen to the additional 3 songs on the deluxe version of this album, I don't know, something about this album just drains the life out of me. And I've seen some comments on YouTube defending like the supposed concept of the album, just kind of like he's trying to show like the dangers of Hollywood, like going into the music industry and like having this harmful lifestyle, which I really understand that like what he's going through is pretty rough. But like if you really want to break out from this lifestyle, pretty sure that you can. But deep down I'm really concerned for this guy. I really hope that this is not how he lives his life, because I hope that this is just a character that he's trying to portray in this album. Hope that this is not really him in real life. And even though I really want to listen to this album with the lens of like, oh, this is just like a cautionary tale, there's not really that much obvious lyrics to be like an out to like this lifestyle. There's not even like a message of like, you see this life that I'm having, don't try to be like me. But come on man, you could have made it more obvious. And with your angelic vocals like that in the songs, I mean, at this point it kind of sounds like you're trying to entice us to like live the same lifestyle that you're having, which kind of like backfires the intentional message of this entire album to like you either crying for help to like just save yourself in this lifestyle. I feel like it's just ingenuine in my opinion. I mean, you don't make a song and say that you're hurt and you want to like cry for help and all of that stuff. You go to a therapy, you go to like an intervention, go into rehab or something like that, and try to get yourself sobered and cleaned up, just in case that this is really how he lives his life and not just some fictional character that he's creating in this album. And as for it not winning on the award on the Grammys, or being nominated at least, I feel like this album isn't really worthy to be nominated at Grammy in my opinion. I mean, his fan base really wants him to win a Grammy or something like that, but to me, kind of like a fresh listener to this guy's music, and this is my first time listening to like one of his albums straight, and I know for some time that this guy's persona when it comes to his music, kind of like this mysterious guy, shrouds on like uncertainties and all of that stuff. There are some songs that really hit with me, like the more mainstream ones, kind of like Starboy and all of that stuff. There's like this more darker side of him. I don't really get it. I mean, I really feel like he really needs some help. And some people might call me a prude saying this, but I feel like his way of living is not really the way to go. I mean, I really do wish the best for him. I hope that he gets out of this, just in case that this is really how he lives his life. I mean, this guy really has got huge potential when it comes to his music, and just in case that he is really living his life like this, I'm really wishing him all the best. I'm hoping that he gets the help that he needs to get out of this, because we don't need another Mac Miller incident to happen, or like another Lil Peep, honestly. So yeah, this is the end of the reaction video. Thank you guys for reaching this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. So if you guys would like me to react to anything else, like just songs, music albums, music videos, stuff like that, please feel free to comment it down below as well. I'll try to do it for you. And if you guys disagree with some of the things that I've said in this album, you can comment it down below as well. Maybe you guys could change my mind. I'm all up for it. And if you want to watch my other reaction videos, you can click these ones right here. So good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.